Good afternoon, everybody. It's serotonin. I just wanted to go over a couple of things. A couple of things caught my eye today, and I just wanted to have a quick, I don't know, just giving you my take on it all. Um, so number one, the first thing, right here, David Icke on 9/11, the trigger. Um, Apparently now David Icke is the authority on what happened at 9/11, and there's this video, this link to this video, where apparently he is apparently considered to be the authority in the alternative media on 9/11. Now, I don't want to talk too much trash about David Icke because I do think that he has been a legitimate contributor to the awakening. Absolutely. He stuck his neck out. I mean, he was made fun of on Wogan in the 80s. Like, he really put his neck out. But ever since Alex Jones scooped him up, I don't know what to make of him anymore. So, I say you consult David Icke on reptilians and moon theories, but I don't necessarily think he knows. He's not, in my opinion, the authority on 9/11 whatsoever. If anybody's the authority on 9/11, to be totally frank with you, I think it's Donald Trump. Not only is he a New Yorker, he is a real estate developer that specializes in high rises, and he also knows what's going on. So if you want to get the inside scoop on 9/11, you're going to have to look at the President of the United States of America, and I don't mean you, Chris Trues. I believe that's his last name. He's the guy who's also known as Casper Baby Pants. But anyway, so yeah, so there's that. The next thing I wanted to talk about, so I don't know who this lady is, but I do think it's really important to keep in mind that all extraterrestrials are beings with both good and bad intentions. There's a variety. To assume that one group is more malevolent or benevolent than another, I do believe that there are cultures of violence, but the Pleiadians, I don't, they're not necessarily our friends, so let's not get too excited about what they're talking about. Maybe there are some really great Pleiadians out there, but as a group, that's just like saying humans are awesome, and because we know that there's a lot of really crappy humans. So just keep that in mind. Let's not paint everything with a broad brush, right? Sarah Westall, I have a lot of issues with her. She likes to interview Robert David Steele and a lot of people who I think are absolutely dangerous, and I don't like this at all, this thing with remote viewers. There's been no successful remote viewing that has happened since 2012, apparently. And I've had that from many different sources, and anybody that's telling you about successful remote viewing that's happening right now is full of it. So that's my opinion on that. Gonna kind of go down just a little bit here. I'm always interested in geoglyphs and stuff like that. There was a little bit here. So these guys, I don't know. I'm also having a bit of a hard time with the concept of ascension these days. I think that there is a actual genetic ascension that's happening, but I also worry that we are being manipulated into ascension because it's something that's been brought up heavily in the New Age movement. And it's been brought to my attention that the 144,000 are actually supposed to be, it's supposed to be this distribution of Lucifer, that it takes 100, that he will return to the planet using the bodies of 144,000 in order to manifest themselves. Because I don't know if Lucifer has a gender. Lucifer certainly has an agenda, but I don't know about a gender. So once I came across those ratings, I became very wary of attaching myself to this concept of ascension and the 144,000. So I suggest you have a look into that. I'm not saying all of this is clearly true, but I take a step back. Let's put it that way. This was something that I really enjoyed turning to occasionally in the past. The Gaia portals are kind of interesting, but I'm not entirely sure how to take that anymore. Here's this one really caught my eye. So if you don't know okay, this is an aside. If you don't know iPot's awesome. He's a really funny dude. His name is Patrick. He does some great work, really, really funny stuff. Very pertinent, very eye-opening, very serious as well, but he likes to be humorous about it. This is what caught my eye. The Walmart working with the government to distribute everything when the SHTF. So I actually, I wouldn't be surprised. We've been told the NSA is the boogeyman for a long time. Apparently, the Home Depot owner is like a huge fan of the movement. I don't know. Everything's a mess, right? Nothing is what it seems. So this I found compelling. I don't know how I feel about that. But a lot of people, there are a lot of turncoats. There's a lot of black hats turning to white hats because they know the jig is up and they don't have a foothold on this planet anymore. They're done. It is time of man, and it's time for us to reclaim our sovereign selves and our beautiful planet. So I don't know, but I found that very compelling and very interesting. And I think I kind of have exhausted myself. I thought this was kind of interesting here. The Pentagon says it's giving up on particle beam weapons. Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But I think I'm done there. I liked this one though because I love Nessie. She's dear in my heart. Might be a giant eel. Sure, why not? I don't know. I know she's there though. The last thing I wanted to talk about is this headline, which made me really, really happy. But it also gave me a reason to, well, this was kind of the main reason I wanted to do the video today. So this headline is very awesome for those of us that know that it's actually really coming out. Now, we know there were girls much younger than that. Those of us who know what's going on know that there were children, preschoolers, toddlers, babies, all kinds of disgusting practices happening to anyone of any age and of any gender, of any skin color, of any nationality, of any religious background, all of it disgusting, terrible things. But the public didn't know for the most part. And so when they're talking about this and they have a headline like this on Fox News, I know a lot of people don't go to Fox News, and Fox News gives a lot more truth than most of the other big ones. But anyway, this to me was a real sign of the times. So it felt, on the one hand, it felt good to see this finally coming out in the mainstream. But on the other hand, because this is now mainstream, we've really got to buckle up and be there for our brethren, for our brothers and sisters, because where we go one, we go all. We know that. We don't leave together. We don't leave separate. We leave together. This is what we have to remember. We are born alone, we die alone, but in between, where we go one, we go all. So, steel yourselves, everyone. Have a blessed day. Okay, bye.